morning, everyone. Welcome to Street Talk Radio Show with your host, Natasha, Nicole, and my beautiful co-host.
Good morning. It's Jennifer Gigi Ferguson, your next United States Senator, coming to you this morning.
Congresswoman, good morning.
Good morning. And I'm so glad to be back in the station. I think I've been out in the field for 2 weeks.
You have, and we are happy to have you back this morning. We are also welcoming back Kimberly, Keel, and I'm not even going to try to say
Stahoviak.
Thank you. And Rob, let me finish. Kimberly, Keel, say the last name again. Mm-hmm. From Keller Williams Realty, yes. And then we have Mr. Rob Maghee with us again from Academy Mortgage this morning.
Good morning.
We are going to be continuing our show from last week, giving you guys some great information on home ownership and how you guys can acquire your first home or a second or third home. Up to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kimberly,
yes.
I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, so I just want to tell you guys, the first thing is doing something. I mean, and we say it, Rob and I send out applications all the time, and we get people who are interested, but a lot of people are kind of afraid, and you know, understandably so, but you've got to make that change. It's like, you know, when you buy a car and you go to the place and you're looking at that payment and you're like, oh, but I need this car. Again, it's everybody's right to own a home in this state. It's everybody's right, and I think what you need to do is just find out. So is it scary? Yeah, it can be scary, but it's okay. At least what we try to do off the beginning is to make sure you understand where you are and how to do it. Don't try to do it by yourself. Go ahead and give us a call. Call Rob, call me. We send out an application, and we give you an overview of where you are, and we can tell you exactly what it is you need to do so you're doing all the right things. So the first thing in this whole ownership deal is just getting started.
Well said.
And how can they reach one of you guys if they're ready to get started?
If you are ready, the easiest way, and we know everybody's always got their phone in their hand, whether they respond or not, my number is 253-691-4100. 253-691-4100. Just send me a text. It's not, you know, very aggressive. I text back. I got Bitmojis, and you get happy faces and cool things and all that good stuff. But just, you know, give me a quick text and say, hey, I'm interested in finding out where to start. And then I let you get a hold of Rob and go ahead and give him your information.
You can contact me at 253-376-3044. That's my cell number. And as Kim just mentioned,
always got his phone in his
hand. You always
hand.
got it with you, yeah. So you can contact me, and I'd be glad to answer questions for you.
Yeah. And my email is very simple, kimkeel@kw.com. KIMKEEL@kw.com.
There you go, guys. If you're ready to make that happen, you know how to reach them. But Rob, we're going to talk to you because Rob is going to share with us. He's kind of like the expert in the room for the programs that are available to people that want to acquire a new home. Yeah. So, Rob, if you can just chime in with us.
Sure. Well, Natasha, last week you talked to me a little bit about home ownership, making it affordable for people.
Yes.
And so I prepared a little bit of information today for our listeners regarding a program that a lot of people don't know exists, and it's the Washington State Housing Finance Commission's Down Payment Assistance Program.
Like it.
A lot of people feel, I can't buy a house because I don't have a down payment. Mm-hmm. And saving up that down payment becomes the most challenging thing for them. Listen, nobody's walking around with an extra $10,000 or more just in their mattress or sleeping under their pillow.
Right. Or $400.
Or for that matter, yeah. Well, the state of Washington has a program that is designed to help low and middle income earners get into a home. The state wants you to be in a home. Absolutely. And so they have this program available that if you have a reasonable credit score, it doesn't have to be perfect, just a reasonable credit score, and you have a household income of $97,000 or less per year, you might qualify for a program where the state will grant you the entire down payment required, so that will help you get into a house. Mm-hmm. And they do what's called a silent second, so that down payment assistance you receive becomes a second mortgage behind your first mortgage. It is at 0% interest and 0 monthly payment, and you don't have to pay it back until you sell your home and you pay back the state out of the proceeds from your sale. But that will help people get into a home, and I have found the folks that I've had utilizing that program, it saved them a year or more in being able to save and try to get into a house, because that was their big obstacle.
Okay, so can I get you to say again, the minimum wage,
Yes.
I believe that they have to have is what?
And it's actually, in this particular instance, it's a maximum wage, yeah. As long as you're in a household, and so if you have 2 earners, you would want to combine the 2. If it's just one person, it's just you. But the household income needs to be $97,000 or less. And
That's a lot of people.
yes,
Yes,
it
it
absolutely
is.
is. Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah.
But they also have to qualify
That's
for
what I
the
was going to ask.
mortgage.
What's the reasonable credit? I mean, we talked
I
about.
can tell you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So, and we talked about this last week, that you could have a credit score as low as 350 or one as high as 850. The average that we're finding, most of the folks that we work with, fall somewhere between a 680 and a 720. That seems to be the sweet spot, and it's where the majority of people fall with their credit score. The state of Washington requires a 620 minimum FICO score.
Okay, so, but what I want to know, because a lot of people are thinking, wow, I can do this and get the home of my dream. And I remember last week you were talking about a starter home.
Yes.
So what's
Yeah.
the maximum, we're looking at interest rates right now, do
Yes.
you think people, because I want people to be
I think you're looking at the
realistic.
payment. Are you
I'm
talking
looking
about
at
the payment?
the payment.
Yeah.
So what would their maximum amount of home be? Is
Great
it
question.
200,000? Is it 100,000? What can they?
Can't get nothing for 100,000.
Yeah. That's getting harder and
We're
harder.
going to keep
Yeah.
it real this one.
Mobile home and apartment. And those are fine, but that's probably what you're looking at.
Yeah, Gigi, that's a great question, and I have to say, and I don't mean to be wishy-washy, but the amount of home that somebody using the state bond assistance program qualifies for will vary from person to person. So depending on what your income is, the key thing is it can't be over $97,000. If you make more than that, you don't qualify for the program. But if you make $40,000, as opposed to somebody else, a neighbor of yours might make $60,000, you will both qualify for different home loan amounts. But both of you can get qualified. But the amount of home and payment that you qualify for is going to be dependent on your income.
I understand that.
Okay.
Come on, Kim.
Let me step
All
in.
right, all right.
Okay. So I think what she's trying to say is, and I'm going to tell you, because I work with a lot of first-time buyers, because that's where my passion
Yes.
is. Looking at first-time buyers, they're going to qualify between $200 and $250.
On average.
What's the
yeah,
payment
yeah.
on $200, $250?
Oh,
And that's
I
Okay.
gotcha,
that's
I
a
gotcha.
3-bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
$200, $250. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to get to. I want them to be able to be realistic in what
Yep.
they're
I know
looking
what you're
at
talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
when
Yep.
they're out there. So they're not wasting your time
Right.
as a realtor, and they're not getting their hopes up in thinking they can get something that there's no way they're going to get.
Okay, before you answer that, Rob,
Yeah.
you guys have to remember, this is your first home. It's probably not gonna be your dream home, but the dream is to own a home. You start with this one, and then in 3 years, you fix it up, you do the best you can with it, and in 3 years, then you have a big chunk of money to go put down. Because you buy a house $250, $200, at the rate we're going, next year it's gonna be worth, $325, $350. Right. If you keep it up and do the granite, stainless steel, all that good stuff, and then you get ready to sell your home, and then you have, $50,000, $75,000 to put down, then you can pick and choose exactly what you want.
Yes.
I love that. Now, I have a question because, see, I took one of those classes, for flipping homes and all of those great things.
Sure, yeah.
So I would like to know, do you as a realtor and a mortgage person have people that you work with that can help these first-time home buyers get the materials and the work done that they need done at lower prices than the typical going rate?
Well, I tell you what, that's always been a dream of mine. Because when my husband and I got married, we had a bunch of rentals. Okay, we had a couple fourplexes, triplex, duplex, all this stuff. And what my vision for my business is to take these renters for 2 years to have them have a great pay history, and then they go pick the house, and we would buy it for them, and then they could live there, and then you can refi. Once you're in a home for a certain amount of time, you can refi.
Sure.
So those are all great options, you guys. There's so many options. So but the first thing is you got to step up and put your foot in it.
Yes.
You know, and get it done.
Yes.
So
Step out the boat.
Yes, we have done that. But the problem with flippers, normal everyday flippers, and I do have investors that I work with, is they want to make all the money. So
okay, so I'm not talking about the flipping part.
Okay.
I'm saying because I took the class, I've learned a lot of things.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is, do you have people?
So you're talking about the
I'm
contractors,
talking
the
about
plumbers,
the electricians.
Oh.
Do you have those type of people that you work with who could possibly give these homeowners cheaper prices to get their materials or to get the work done?
Yes. It gets very convoluted and confusing because if you're going FHA, the house has to be in a certain standard already.
Yes.
Okay, it has to be certain standard. So then you get the person that can do $250, but then are they going to have this extra money to fix up?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, no, it's all about the person and what they can afford, and then the property. We make it, because right now people are spoiled. I mentioned HGTV last year, and these flippers are coming in and getting these rundown houses that should be gutting them and putting in all this new shiny stuff, and now the price is at $350. So when somebody looks at a $200,000 that has grandma's green shag carpet in it, they're like, oh, I don't want that house. So what Rob and I have to do is we have to take each situation, and then yes, I do have contractors who can do work and things like that, but again, it's each property, and we have to do, if you don't have money in your pocket, we have to do things over time. You can't, when you buy the house, you're now in a $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 mortgage. You're not going to have all this extra money to go doing things. So what we do is, these guys are great on showing you how to fix the credit. Then you can possibly go get you a Home Depot card, because once you buy the house, everybody's going to give you credit. And then you plan. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't plan.
So talk to them more about planning. I know with our first time home, it was probably the ugliest thing I've ever seen, and it made absolutely no sense whatsoever.
But it was yours.
It was in Lakewood, over there across from where Lowe's is, in those real short homes.
Oh, yeah.
And so the children,
those little ones.
Those little ones,
Little squares.
But we had 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, and a yard probably off the chain.
And we had a serious off the chain backyard, and it was our first time home, and my husband knew every time he went to the field, when he came home, there was going to be something else different in the house, because I could not do it while he was home.
You were working on that house.
I worked that house, and people told me I should have taken pictures.
Oh, as you did the
before,
absolutely.
and I'm going to suggest people really take pictures, because the before and after of that, and I did a lot of the work.
Yeah.
I did
so you bought it for
a
how
lot.
Much?
Oh my goodness. I believe we bought it for $48,500.
Wow. Oh my God! What year was this?
$48,000.
Right.
You know what? I don't even remember what I sold it for. But see, I'm a great negotiator.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a great negotiator. So, our first 2 homes, and my idea was to have one house for every member of our family. See, and
there's cultures that operate like that, though.
Amen.
Yes, but see, we have to look at, what are we going to leave to our children?
Right.
Yes.
And
the generational wealth.
Yes.
Let's create it.
Let's create the generational wealth, and let this pass it down to our children.
A house is a good start.
And what? I mean, really, they have a home they can move into. They have a home they can sell. And if each one has their own home, there is no fighting over a home.
Right.
There you go.
There is no fighting. And then, as we got older, my dream was to put their names on it.
Yep.
So then there's also no inheritance tax.
Right.
Because they're a partial owner.
Right.
So there's all of these things, and seriously, I had carpet that was black with yellow, green, and white and blue stripes.
Ooh.
That stuff that goes in the nightclub or the
Yeah, I was
Vegas.
just going to say it sounds
I
like
don't even know if I would go into a nightclub or something like that. And the sink down where the drain and the sink is, it looked like fingers coming out. And so the first morning, I couldn't even brush my teeth in it. So I brushed my teeth in the tub.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lordy.
And then I went straight over to Lowe's.
Yeah.
And I took the sink out because I know my husband too.
Yeah.
So I took the sink out and I went over to Lowe's. I bought a sink and then I brought it back home and set it on the floor in the bathroom and said, "Babe, I need you to put that."
Until he got home.
Yeah.
He was off. See, I'm smart. Okay. I did that on a Saturday morning. He was in the military.
Here's your project. Yeah.
Yes, here is your project, baby, and here are all the pipes and everything that you need. You know, so there's a lot of things we can do.
And that was just one thing. You started there. I mean, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. So Rob, can you tell us about another program so people don't have to maybe deal with that sink issue that you just talked about?
Well, yes.
Like,
Yes. That actually what Gigi's talking about leads right into a program called a 203K rehabilitation loan. Mm-hmm. So this is a loan that allows, now this is, for this program, you need a down payment, but it allows you to buy a home that needs immediate work. And you can actually finance more than the home is priced at. Right. So, for example, you're buying a home for $200,000, but it needs $25,000 worth of work to be livable. It needs a sink replaced, and it needs a new hot water heater because the one is not working, and it needs a little bit of repair to the roof, etc., and so on.
And clearly carpet.
And it needs, you need to get rid of that black stripe, that black and blue striped carpet. So this will allow you to buy a home priced at $200,000 and take out a loan in the amount of $220,000, and you use that $20,000 with a contractor to affect the repairs that need to be done, so you can purchase a home that needs that immediate work, and you're not having to come out of pocket with all of that. So that could be a program that is helpful. And Gigi, it sounds like you kind of created your own rehabilitation loan with your house, but there is a program available for folks that want to buy a home, and what they have found and fell in love with and they feel is the best deal needs immediate work before they can even move in.
Gotcha. I like it.
I like that.
I like it. So, Rob, I know you got a couple other programs to tell people about, because I think they need to know, because we have a lot of millennial listeners.
Yes.
And who might be looking for a home and don't want to live in that condo uptown at $3,000 a month for the rest of their life.
And my other thought is, we have all these people who lost their homes in 2006, 2007 during the crash. Mm-hmm. Do you even have programs to help them be able to get homes?
Yeah. One of the nice things right now, we're seeing a lot of people coming back into the market who have, that happened long enough ago that they're now qualifying again. When you had a short sale or you had a foreclosure, there is a moratorium placed on you being able to buy a home by all of the lenders, from FHA to Fannie Mae to Freddie Mac. The big lenders, even VA, say you can't buy a home for at least this number of years. We want you to recover. We want you to get your finances in order. We're not going to take a chance on you right now because you just lost a house.
Gotcha.
But there are programs, FHA being the most liberal. After 2 years of time, you qualify again.
2 years.
2 years. And so we're starting to see a lot of people. That happened just long enough ago that we're getting calls almost on a weekly basis from people saying, I had a short sale or I had a foreclosure that finalized in 2010 or, did this. And now they're qualifying even for the longer term wait periods. Like Fannie Mae requires 7 years from a foreclosure. Well, we're in 2018. So we're starting to see some of those people now qualifying for conventional lending again, because enough time has gone by.
Okay, people, so understand, if you got caught in that 2007, 2008 crisis and you are still in an apartment, you can now qualify for a home. Correct. So let's get home ownership up again in this state and, in this area.
Yes.
Okay, so What else can they do? What other mortgage programs?
Well, probably one of the most common that we help people with is, and I just touched on it a little bit, is FHA. That stands for the Federal Housing Authority. That program has a subsidized interest rate because the loan is guaranteed by the federal government. So because of that, lenders are able to offer a little bit lower interest rate than a conventional mortgage, which is one where it's financed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. FHA will guarantee that loan, which gets you into a home with a little lower interest rate, and because they are guaranteed by the federal government, you do not have to put 20% down or 10% or even 5%, which is required for conventional lending. You can get into a home for as little as 3.5% down. So if you're one of those folks out there that would not qualify for down payment assistance, or you don't want to use down payment assistance, you want to do it on your own, FHA will allow you to buy a home for just $3,500 per $100,000 that you're purchasing. So on a $200,000 home, a $7,000 down payment.
Right.
Whereas people might think, I need to come up with 20 grand, I need to come up with 40 grand, because that's what their parents had to do, 20% down. That was the only option. Not anymore. FHA, it's a lower interest rate, lower down payment, and more flexible terms. And a lot of first-time home buyers are finding that very helpful.
And then your realtor comes in and negotiates your closing costs.
That's right.
So you're getting zero down.
That's right. That's right. That way, all you're coming up with is that down payment, no additional closing costs. Right.
And I would
Kim's
just
good at
like
that.
to jump in real quick and have you both one more time give us the name of your company and a phone number where people can reach you.
Yes.
So
What's your name?
I am. Who am I? So my name is Rob Maghee. I am the branch manager at Academy Mortgage in Pierce County, and my cell phone number is 253-376-3044.
And it's me, your girl, Keel Stahoviak. I'm with the Keel Group. I've been licensed for over 25 years. And, you know, I absolutely love what I do. And I will be at an open house today in beautiful Steilacoom, Washington. It's a beautiful day. Come down, enjoy the water. It's at, I don't have my glasses on. What does that say?
That is at 214 Cedar Street in Steilacoom.
Steilacoom.
Yes.
214 Cedar Street in Steilacoom. I'll
Meet
be there
Kim
from
in person.
12 to 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now give us some more information on the mortgage company.
Is there? Do you know? And is there any programs for veterans that you know of?
Thank you for saying that. Our veterans receive a benefit, a tremendous benefit, called a VA loan.
Right.
And just as I was talking about how the Federal Housing Authority guarantees an FHA loan, the Veterans Administration guarantees a VA loan. That, just like FHA, it's a subsidized interest rate. So because it's guaranteed by the Veterans Administration, your interest rate is lower to start with. And take a guess at what the down payment is on a VA loan.
Zero.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to talk
She
about
knows,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
Zero down
Yes.
payment requirement. And here's another great thing. As a veteran, if you were discharged honorably from the military service, or you're a current active duty member, you will likely qualify for a VA loan. And even with zero down payment, VA loans require no mortgage insurance. Yes. And they have that subsidized interest rate, and that means you qualify to buy more home, and the home that you buy is at a lower monthly payment.
Gotcha.
It's a great program.
And we thank you all for your service.
Absolutely.
We really do.
Yes,
Really
for
do.
sure. For
You're
sure.
welcome.
I thought just mentioning the veterans, definitely we needed to talk about that because I know a few gentlemen who were, they're retired now.
Yes.
Veterans, and they live in apartments.
Oh,
They live in apartments, and they have decent amount of money coming in.
yes.
There's no reason for them to be paying $1,500 a month to live in a one-bedroom apartment.
Nope.
Actually, I say to throw their money down the garbage.
Yeah.
Because typically when you're renting, there are no tax breaks with that. And so, but when you're a homeowner, you have a lot of tax breaks that you are able to acquire. And so,
There's a lot of people
Yes.
that work from home. You can
Yes.
deduct part of your home, part of
Yes.
your mortgage when you
Absolutely.
own a home and you work from home.
yes.
And your mortgage interest is a deductible expense up to $10,000 The first $10,000 in interest that you pay in a year is still a deductible expense, which will help your tax position, helps you get more money back at the end of the year. I always tell people, be sure to talk to an accountant. Yeah. But it is one of the great deductions that those of us in the middle class, just normal Americans, have available. We're not running huge corporations. We're not millionaires. And this is one of our key tax deductions.
So then you can take that money and help do some more of that refurbishing of the house.
You can change out more sinks. Yes.
And more carpet,
and
right?
More carpet.
Add a second bathroom.
Anything else? I added, I redid the back of it and added another room because we had and a hallway because they had it so that you had to go through rooms to get to rooms.
So you opened it up a little bit.
So I made it so that it was just a regular home and you did not have to go through someone's bedroom.
Gigi, you did a lot of work on that house.
I did.
That was
and I did
3-bedroom, 1 bath, you said?
It was 1, 2, 3. It was actually they called it a 4-bedroom, 1 bath. One of the big rooms I left as the kids' playroom so that we could see them as we were going back and forth. Yeah. But then one of the other back rooms, I made a hallway, and I did almost all of this by myself.
Wow.
I went to places like Home Depot and Lowe's and took their little Saturday classes. Yep. And I'm a great person for asking a question. Yep. And it'll take me only so far, and then I go back and ask some more questions. Yep. So our closets, we have very little closet space. So in the refurbishing and everything that I did, I put in those closet organizers and put closets in the room and just did a lot of things. We really turned that house around.
I want a walk-in closet in my first house.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Nice.
Then be ready to build it, girl.
That is. I have too many shoes.
Get an extra bedroom.
Are there any other mortgage programs?
Yes, there are. One that I'll touch on quickly is a USDA. This is another government program. And most people, you might think of USDA as it's involved in farming and agriculture. And indeed, you're right. So why am I going to be talking to the USDA about buying a house? Well, the USDA has a program designed to help encourage people move to rural areas. So you're not going to find a USDA eligible property here in Tacoma. You won't even find it in Puyallup. But if you get out by Graham, or you're out in Roy, or you're out in some of the surrounding rural areas in Pierce County, you might qualify for a USDA home loan. And just like with VA, the down payment requirement is 0.
Wow.
So it's designed to help people get into those homes and have an affordable payment and make it a little easier to move in.
So I have one last question, and this is for
is
people who are have their homes.
Oh, okay.
They've been in their homes a long time.
I don't think we're gonna make it, guys, because I hear the music.
I
hear it.
Thank you for
Happy
Father's Day. And this is
Street Talk Radio Show. Thank you.